Hello my lovely friends, I hope you're all doing well today. So as promised, today is a video about the perennials, the edible perennials which grow in my food forest. Just for those who don't know, perennials are all plants which grow longer than 2 years. I have to admit, I have so many perennials in my food forest that I won't be able to show all of them to you today. But if you are interested, you can also hop into my website, permaculturehaven.com. I will put the link in the description below under the video. And you can download a list, food forest guide. And they are all plants, all perennials, and all self-seeding as well. Edibles listed. And with some tips and tricks as well. So anyway, I will not mention the trees which grow in my food forest. I will only mention today the small and medium size edible perennials which I planted only once and they grow happily. They are all suitable for subtropical climate, but some of them may grow somewhere else. So you will have to check if you are in different climate. You will need to check and see if some of them will grow at your place as well. So now let's get into it. And if you like the video, I hope you do, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and maybe share with your friends and family. And also, if you have any questions or comments, please put them under the video in the comment section below. And also consider to join the discussion board on my website. It's free and it's a great way to communicate with me, with others, talk about permaculture, gardening, sustainable living, self-sufficiency, self-reliancy, and all of these topics. And just get in touch and meet some like-minded people. So yeah, now let's get into it. Okay, let's start with the first one here. That's a Brahmi, the dementia plant. You can also grow it as a ground cover. It loves shade and yeah, it loves water, so it will also grow in a pond or next to the pond. I have it growing under my shade clover and it feels very well here. But yeah, definitely it loves water and we have lots of rain lately, so it's happy. I will not talk about all the medicinal or all the usage, what we are using it for and so on. Please make your own research. Also, if you wanna eat it, if you can eat it, any of the plants or any of new plants, and also check my website, the food forest guide, for some tips in there. And if you have any questions, any specific questions, please join the discussion board on my website. All right, the next one is the Peruvian parsnip. It's grown from its root and for the leaves as well. It's a taste between like a parsnip and celeriac. Delicious for soups and all sorts of any dishes. And I have it growing like in few spaces now. I started with just one and you can see it's really very easy to propagate. Okay, the next perennial, it's the longevity spinach, which doesn't look very happy here, even though it grows beautifully. But the leaves are a little bit, like you see, light and eaten and so on, but we have abundance of it. It's growing like that because it's growing in the full sun here, but when we check the plants in the shade, like you can see, some shady place, so the leaves are larger, so really delicious for any sort of food addition as a salad on sandwich and so on. So very good plant. So this is the Queensland Arrowroot. The chickens, the birds, ducks and so on, they love the leaves. They are edible when you cook them, but we don't because they are a little bit like fabric. Anyway, it's good for the birds, but it's also good for the root for eating. Like it's got like a really marrony color bulbs underneath, and it's very good as a potato replacement, especially for slow cooking dishes, because it stays crunchy. You can cut it in cubes and chuck it into your into the pot and cook it slowly for ages, and it will keep its shape. And it's really nice in taste if you are taking the young bulbs. So if you take the older ones, they are a bit too fibery for my taste, but the young ones are really yummy. The next one just next to it is the West Indian arrowroot. This is the real arrowroot which you eat the arrowroot flower from when you eat some, when you buy some. So this is the one. The next one is the tree spinach. And I have two different shapes of it. This one got like really long and thin leaves, but it's really nice in taste. It's not so as slimy like the other one. This is a really good addition also for all sorts of, whatever you would eat, a lettuce, you can eat this one. Next to it here is the real taro. That's the one. It's also nice perennial. It lives shade and water. And this one, it's the elephant ear. You can see burn from the sun because the sun is coming here, but it's also edible. And how you eat it, you will really need to make some research or check with me on the discussion board how I eat it. Okay, the next one here is the Brazilian spinach, and again it grows really beautifully. The birds love it, our chickens love it. We have it in the chicken food forest area in like a cage, so everything what grows out the chickens are eating. And the leaves, when they are in shade, they will be larger and more like fleshy. And this one I like to use for example for pizza. I put the young leaves on the pizza because they stay a bit crunchy as well. Here's the turmeric. I've got two different kinds of turmeric. The common one, I would say, the orange one, orange root, and the Australian native one, which is this one. It's got a yellow root and it's also super delicious and it grows beautifully. And the leaves are edible as well. I love to cut them like in really tiny pieces and add them to salads or to all sorts of stir fries as well. And next to it is the horseradish, which grows beautifully. And we also eat the leaves and we eat the roots because it's a nice perennial. It grows like a wheat here at our place, even if it's subtropical climate here, but it really loves the shade. This is a pretty new addition to my food forest, also a perennial, and it's a cardamom. And I really hope that I bought or got what was promised when I was buying it. It's supposed to be the real cardamom, which is growing the cardamom pots. So the smell is the right one. as it's supposed to be, but I will see if it's growing the pods or if it's the false cardamom, which I also have. So it's got a little bit of different leaves, but yeah, we'll see. Go-to cola is another one which I have growing like everywhere. It loves to grow basically in shady spots. It loves water as well. It's very good eating, also addition to salads and on sandwiches and so on, and got really very useful medicinal properties. Like if you have problems with your joints, this might help you. So this one is the other tree spinach. I showed you the one with the thin leaves, and this one is the large leaves. The young leaves are very nice for eating, but I think I find that the larger ones are a bit slimy, but anyway, when you eat them. But anyway, the birds love them as well. And you can see in between, that's the purple yam, which is found the tree spinach like it's his companion and trellis. So all the plants I showed you for now are growing under our shade cloth, which we are taking away or like pushing away during the winter time. So they get some of the sun, and during summer these guys love to grow under the shade cloth together with like some pawpaw and so on. So now going into the sun, there are some nice perennials as well. The Cranberry Hibiscus, which is delicious food. I love it. It's a little bit like of lemony taste, but just a tiny. And we also eat it raw in salads and stir fried, like put it at the end of the cooking, just really to make it hot. That's it. And yeah, it's delicious. And also they make beautiful and healthy tea. The leaves and also the flowers, which are not available right now, but they will be coming soon, so I will make some photo. But even I've got a video about Cranberry Hibiscus itself with the flowers, so you might want to check it. And next to it, so basically the Cranberry Hibiscus is growing here really nicely in between the passion fruit. The passion fruit is using it as a trellis as well, additional to the fence. And this is our next perennial I want to show you. It's growing beautifully with abundance of passion fruits again. So it's getting fruits twice a year. I have trimmed it for winter, and it's got like really, it's crazy what's going on here. So I will probably make some jam, because again I don't want to waste any. And here the next perennial, it's the pepino with some fruits. I also made a video how the taste of the pepino is and so on. You might want to check it. So this is also a nice perennial, and it needs a new support, I can see. And this is cassava, my favorite potato substitute. And this is the so-called sweet cassava. This is important to know, this with the red stems. So the roots are delicious for eating, like potatoes and chips. Of course you have to cook it. And the leaves, the roots and the leaves are edible too if you cook them for 15 minutes as well. Okay, the next one here next to it is the lemongrass, and it grows beautifully. And it can be used as a mulch even, or like to deter mosses if you want to grow it next to your house, or delicious for tea. I always cut the leaves small, dry it, and keep it in a jar, and enjoying my lemongrass tea. And the thick stalks, we are using them for stir fries, especially very good companion to any chicken dishes. Really yummy. I also love to mention the sweet leaf today. The leaves are so yummy. Also, addition to any raw and cooked dishes for us, stir-fried dishes, they got these beautiful little flowers which are also edible, and it grows beautifully from cutting. And it's also one of my lovely perennials. Here is the bush basil, one of my favorites as well. Oh well, they're all my favorites, what I'm showing you. But no, it's great. It tastes delicious. The basil leaves. The flowers are edible as well. I have many of the bushes around in my food forest, and the bees are loving it. There are bees all the time. Very easy to propagate. It grows like crazy. It loves the sun. It's this one, for example, is higher than me, which is, yeah, it's nearly like 2 meters. I'm not that high. But this one is, and I'm trimming it from time to time, so it gets nice new growth. Here's the Ceylon Hills gooseberry, which is going to have the very first time berries, and I will let you know how they taste. Apparently they are delicious, and imagine I have grown it from a seed. But anyway, I think the trees and like the bushes, I will do a different video. If you want to, let me know under the video. I will make all the trees we have and the fruiting bushes and so as an extra video. And here you can see an ocean of sweet potatoes. These are the white outside and white inside sweet potatoes. They are not as sweet as the orange ones or red ones. I really love them. We grow them here basically like a ground cover in between the young fruit trees we have here. And yeah, the leaves are edible. The potatoes, we just, when I need some, I'm just going and digging some out. It's really very easy to get into them because they are really like growing, and I'm checking where is the beginning, for example, like here, and then just getting with the fork in and yeah, getting some out, and the rest is growing. They grow easily from cuttings, and the birds love the leaves as well. We can eat them as well, like a spinach or in salads. The next one is the wild strawberry or alpine strawberry, how you want to call them. And they are delicious. Oh, it's one for me right now here. And really no care. They're growing happily even if there is something in between, and they grow under our lime tree. So this is the fruit tree guild, growing happily together with some other perennials which I already mentioned. I also want to mention the Tarragon today. Very beautiful flavor and lots of medicinal properties as well. Very good for tea or addition to some dishes, but you really need to know if you like. It smells like a licorice, or how you call it. Delicious. I also love to mention the Okinawa spinach. That's the one here with the purple leaves underneath. Also loves more shade than sun, so it's getting morning sun here, so it's okay. So the leaves are nice, and it's also beautiful eating. Very delicious food. And it's coming from the Okinawa Islands, which are very famous for the people are living the longest there. So it's worth to have it. And the last one for today, I would say, is the galangal, or the Thai ginger as well. This is a perennial ginger, which means it's always green and beautiful. The leaves are also edible. It grows huge. You can see it's also over 2 meters now, I would say. Got beautiful flowers, most of them are already gone. And the leaves are pretty large. Yeah, leaves edible, the roots edible, perfect. And it's also a beautiful decoration in your garden. So this one grows in front of our house, next to the herb spiral, which I also love so much. So yeah, I would say that's all for today, guys. If you liked the video, please like, share, comment, as already mentioned. Yeah, join our discussion board, and yeah, I wish you all the best in all your projects. Stay safe and see you soon, hopefully. Bye bye. Our rosellas are coming nicely, the self-seeding rosellas. I think I have mentioned them in my video about self-seeding edibles.